Hey everyone, and welcome to another Logiwa QuickTake, where we dive into the features that drive modern fulfillment. I'm Nate Berger, a senior product manager here at Logiwa, and today we're tackling a topic that's critical for every operation: integration monitoring. Let's be honest, nobody wants to find out about an integration problem from an angry customer whose order never shipped. To help us solve this, we brought in an expert. This is Emre, a senior product manager and integration specialist at Logiwa. Welcome, Emre.
I am happy to be here, Nate. As you said, it's a critical topic. The goal of this tool is simple: to help you move from being reactive to being proactive, so you can find and fix integration issues before they ever impact a customer.
That's the dream, Emre. How does Logiwa address this?
Instead of discovering a problem after it negatively impacts the client, we have built a centralized command center that gives you complete visibility into the health of your integrations. It's a three-step process we call: identify, diagnose, and act.
I love that framework. Identify, diagnose, act. It's a clear path from seeing a problem to solving it. Let's start with the first step. How do our users identify an issue in the first place?
It all starts with our integration health overview, which is designed to give you a system-wide health check in seconds. This is the command center. At a glance, you can see here the overall health of your Shopify connection. The two most important KPIs are right here: average success rate and the count of low-performing setups. A high success rate across the board gives you a peace of mind, but if you see a dip or a growing number of low-performing setups, you know exactly where to start looking.
Okay, so the incident health check gives us the big picture. What about the table below?
The grid below breaks it down by each specific channel setup. You can see the success rate, number of orders, and number of lines for each. We have also added the ability to filter by client, which is critical for 3PLs managing multiple clients. You want to scan the success rate column for anything less than 100%, but also pay close attention to last successful call date. If that date is old and there should be orders flowing, that's a major red flag that connection itself might be broken.
Awesome. So in less than a minute, a warehouse manager can identify which specific client or store connection is having trouble. That's the identify step. What about diagnose?
Exactly. Let's diagnose the problem with this setup, Feral LLC, which shows an 86% success rate. By clicking on the setup name, we can drill down into the channel setup details. This is where we move from identifying the problem to diagnosing why there is a problem.
Sounds great. Let's double click into that setup.
This page gives us two powerful diagnostic tools. First, the shipment order volumes graph. The green line shows every order created in your Shopify channel. The blue line shows the orders that successfully made it into Logiwa. The gap between green and blue, those are your missing orders. It's a visual representation of lost revenue and potential customer service issues. I specifically use the word potential here because, as you know, some setups may be configured to allow only a certain portion of orders to be downloaded within a specific set of rules, like tag filters, location filters. In such scenarios, minor differences between the two can be considered as normal.
And the success rate chart on the right gives you the hard number.
Correct. It quantifies the problem by comparing the number of orders successfully imported recently and with the number of orders that encountered errors. It provides you with an overall success rate. The lower the percentage, the bigger the problem. But the real diagnosis comes when we scroll down. The system provides error summaries that tells us exactly why those orders failed. This is where we find the root cause.
Okay, so the gap in the graph and the success rate chart tells us that there is a problem. And as we scroll down, do these cards tell us why there's a problem?
Exactly. They categorize the why behind the failure. Missing shipment orders list the specific orders that failed and error reason for failures. Recent errors groups the failures by error type and showing if there's a recurring issue that you should be dealing with. Workflow block shipment orders tells you if an internal Logiwa workflow is intentionally stopping an order. And product listing exceptions highlights the data hygiene problems, like SKU mismatches between Logiwa and Shopify, which can cause inventory sync failures.
This is a great comprehensive breakdown. It takes you from the high level alert right down to specific cause. This perfectly sets us up for the final step, act.
Right. And for that, we move to our prioritized to-do list, the items for review tab. You can easily move to this tab by clicking Show All button located on the upper right corner of any summary section. This is your to-do list for ensuring perfect integration health. Here you can see every order that failed, but with more detail. We can see an error. The order includes custom products. For an operator, this might be a mystery, but we have made the solution incredibly accessible.
You're referring to that icon next to the error code?
Yes, clicking that icon takes you directly to the Logiwa Help Center article that explains the specific error, its cause, and the step-by-step troubleshooting process. There is no need to search for documentation or guess at a solution. The flow is identify the error, click for the solution, and resolve it.
Amazing. Let's click into this issue to learn more.
As you can see, the help article is direct and to the point. It explains that a custom item in Shopify isn't a standard item or a trackable product. The solution is to convert it into a standard product with a unique SKU in Shopify. We have taken the confusion out of troubleshooting. This empowers any member of your team to resolve integration issues quickly without needing to escalate to a system expert.
That's amazing. Let's quickly look at another actionable item, a workflow block. How does a user act on this information?
The visibility here is just as direct. This screen shows us that an order was partially blocked by a workflow name remove kits from order, and the action was delete SKU. Maybe this was intentional, but maybe it was a mistake.
How do we find that out?
You simply click the workflow name. It's a hyperlink that takes you direct to the workflow's configuration. Here, we can see the logic. The workflow is designed to delete the specific SKU from orders for this client. From this screen, the warehouse manager can immediately diagnose if the workflow is configured correctly or if it needs to be adjusted. They can identify the issue and act on it from one unified module.
Identify, diagnose, act. Simple and powerful. Emre, thank you so much for breaking this down for us. It really clarifies the process.
My pleasure, Nate. Glad I could help.
To everyone watching, you can find the integration monitoring tool under the integrations tab in your Logiwa portal. Make it a part of your routine. It will definitely save you some headaches down the road. Thank you for joining us for this Logiwa Quick Take. We are here to help you fulfill brilliantly and grow faster with Logiwa.io. We'll see you next time.